It's time for the Iron Bowl, but someone's got to win and someone's got to lose. Who's got the best quarterback in this year's version of the Iron Bowl? Midweek report coming at you guys live, brought to you by our friends at the Rage Room. If you're in the Opelika area or in Birmingham, 10 Second Ave, Opelika, Alabama, 2616 7th Ave, Birmingham. Throw some axes, break some windshields, bust up some car seats. The Rage Room, helping you constructively get all your anger issues managed. Guys, join as a member. $5.99 a month will get you there. Our patrons enjoying watch parties, watch the films, special live chats. We got all kinds of things going on for our members. You can help keep the War Report financially viable by signing up as a member. Again, maybe just a couple cheeseburgers to you, but let me tell you something. If enough of you guys sign up for these memberships, we can bring you even more of the content you love. You can give the gift of the War Report by hitting that gifted membership button. Let's see if we can get 50 given away on tonight's live stream on the eve of Thanksgiving. We appreciate you guys for jumping in with us here. I know there's lots of turkey to cook, but let's talk some football here for the next 90 minutes, and you can help someone else get in on the action by giving away a membership. Check your emails, guys. You could already have a membership waiting on you if you're not a member and you already subscribe to the channel. I want to thank our friends at the Rogue Shop. Visit rogueshop.com. Use code REPORT to get 15% off your Rogue Shop order. Pain, sleep, stress, anxiety, whatever ails you in life, the Rogue Shop has something that has you covered. Also want to thank our friends at the Vibe Vault. You can find them at 3462 Crosswinds Road, Suite E in Phoenix City, Alabama. If you're in the Columbus, Phoenix City area and you're looking to get fresh for the weekend, the Vibe Vault has your back. You can find them on Highway 431 right across the street from Chattahoochee Valley Community College, next to the Renfro Supermarket and the Marcos Pizza. The Vibe Vault, not just barbers, lifestyle consultants. Check us out on podcast. We got all the podcast platforms covered with the Auburn Express, Uptempo, College Loop, Just a Sec, and the War Report Gaming channel. If you need your Auburn fix on the go, well, podcast is the way to do it. We got lots of great audio-only content for you guys, so please subscribe, turn on automatic downloads, and leave us a review over there. It helps us climb those podcast charts. Caesar, happy Thanksgiving, man.
Happy Thanksgiving to you, man.
Yeah, you guys getting ready to do a lot of cooking this Thanksgiving here?
Absolutely not. But we will be doing a lot of eating on tomorrow.
All right, somebody's got to cook, right?
Yeah.
Just not you, right? So,
yeah.
I'm making. I think they want me to handle the mac and cheese this year, and I don't know how to break it to everybody, but no.
Okay, you declined.
Yeah. Cooking it messes it up for me.
I've made mac and cheese before, and it was actually pretty good.
Homemade baked macaroni and cheese, a Southern holiday staple. And let me tell you something. There are parts of the world where they don't know this, and they will invite you to their holiday dinner and have the nerve to not have home baked macaroni and cheese there. I'm not coming to your house if you don't have mac and cheese, especially on Thanksgiving. So,
is that your favorite? Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Stuffing with cranberry sauce, a close second.
Stuffing.
You
call it stuffing. Noted.
Okay.
Noted.
What do you call it?
Dressing.
Oh, okay. Yes. I guess I've called it that before too.
It has cornbread in it, right?
Yeah. Guys, hit the comments. Let us know what's your favorite holiday dish here. Look, Auburn hopes that they're dishing up some nightmares on offense for Alabama via the quarterback. Lots of talk about Deuce Knight after his debut start as a starter versus Mercer. The young man tore it up with a bunch of yards passing, running, and a bunch of touchdowns, 6 touchdowns in total for Deuce Knight. But he won't be the starter. Ashton Daniels is going to be the starter. Now, for the sake of clicks, there were a lot of people out there on social media talking about, well, is Duke's Knight going to start the Iron Bowl? No, guys, come on, dude. What a massive overreaction to one game. Yes, I think he is really good. No, I do not think it's a good idea to go throw him out there in the Iron Bowl after you clearly benched Ashton Daniels for, to save his red shirt. But also, Caesar, it's almost like people are forgetting, even though Auburn didn't win the game, Ashton kind of had the game of his life versus Vanderbilt. This man went out for 350, and he was just short of 100 yards rushing as well, too. A bunch of touchdowns. Ashton Daniels versus Ty Simpson is the storyline, I think, maybe that we didn't know we needed, but we got here in this one. Before we get into what Alabama has, talk to me about Ashton Daniels hitting into his Iron Bowl, dude. I think there's a chance he might be the better quarterback in this game.
And by better, you mean just have the better day?
Both.
I think
both.
Not mad at it. We always knew he was talented, right? The belief was that Jackson Arnold was going to be QB1 and was going to basically resurrect his career or have a bounce back year after what happened in Oklahoma. And Ashton would come in and mop up duty and get some playing time. As it turns out, with Derek Nix calling plays, Mike, Ashton Daniels has become a bit of a revelation of sorts down in the Plains for Auburn.
Yes.
Going on the road against Vanderbilt, a really good defense, by the way, led by a defensive-minded head coach in Clark Lee. He torched them, Mike, early and often, and would have run for over 100 yards in that game had it not been for an egregious hold that was called late in the second quarter. We will not name names. He shall remain nameless. Got called for a hold there on that running play, but he had almost kind of like a coming out party. And to your point, it was downplayed because they don't talk about the winning QB in that game. But you had to like what you saw and had to be encouraged by what you saw in that game to know that you can build off of that type of performance, Mike. And for him to be that decisive, because we saw it in the Arkansas game. Remember when he came in and relieved Jackson Arnold? He was very decisive with what he was going to do. And for him to do that in the game against Vandy, it's encouraging to see what it will look like in the Iron Bowl. Mike, he's going to be at home. He's going to be at Auburn. He's going to be in the friendly confines of Jordan-Hare with 2 to 3 weeks to prepare for an Alabama defense. I'm excited to see what this kid looks like. I think he is going to impress again in his start.
I'm going to play the what-if game. Last time I did this, everybody jumped all over me, and it was headed into Vanderbilt. I said, what if Auburn drops 40 on Vanderbilt? And they were all over the comment section saying, here's this clown talking about 40. Well, what have they done to make you think they could drop 40? What if Ashton Daniels throws for 400 yards in this football game? The last time I think we saw a quarterback throw for 400 yards in the Iron Bowl was Nick Marshall, 2014.
Yeah.
I think he hit 456 through the air for Nick. And that might be a standing Iron Bowl record.
What does Auburn do on the ground? If he throws for 400 yards, what did Auburn do on the ground?
At least 200 on the ground.
Okay, Mike, like I don't know how, unless there is unless Auburn just collapses defensively. I don't know how Auburn doesn't win that game.
Well, they could, and I think this Iron Bowl is going to be a shootout. I think this Iron Bowl is going to be a shootout.
I'm worried about that too. I'm worried about that. Tell me why you think it's going to be a shootout.
Look, first of all, on Auburn's side, what I've been told is they're cooking up something that it's not on tape. It's not what they're going to have.
You've had 3 weeks to do that.
Yeah, it's not on tape. I think it catches Alabama off guard. I think they have a hard time adjusting to this one. And then after half, they hit them with more shit that's not on tape. I'm really, really confident about this offensive game plan headed into this game. And I'm more confident than I've ever been about the quarterback that's going to be running it.
Yeah.
I mean, I am being serious. Going back to Bo, this is the most confident I've been in an Auburn quarterback headed into an Iron Bowl.
Really?
Think about it. What quarterback since Bo have you been confident about Auburn quarterback play headed into an Iron Bowl?
Were you confident in Bo?
Somewhat, yeah. He's a playmaker. I
Sure.
mean, I was confident that he could make plays when Auburn needed it. Now, his stat line in 2019 wasn't great, and you really won that game because of 2 pick sixes. But he didn't beat Auburn. He didn't beat Auburn in that game.
Yeah, it may have been Gus at that point. I think I may have been jaded on Gus by that point.
Stidham before Bo. What would you say? Stidham was the last time you.
The reason why I say no on Bo just because I just think Malzahn Bo did not reach his potential under Gus.
Okay,
so it's hard for me to have that level of confidence in Bo as a result.
That's
but
more
I was
on Gus than Bo. Though.
Yeah, that was more on Gus than it was Bo. But I would say Stidham for me. I had a lot of confidence. I felt good about Jarrett Stidham.
I don't see how we get out of this one without quarterback play being the storyline at the end of the day, right? Either the quarterback played really well or just did not play well enough to give Auburn a chance. Or maybe, again, Ty Simpson doesn't play that well in this one. Now, the last bad game he truly had, I think, was Florida State, and that was the first game of the season. I'm not sure if I'm holding this weekend against Eastern Illinois against him. He threw 2 picks. It was 11 of 16 passing, but against Florida State, man, he was 53% completion percentage in that one in a game that they lost by 2 scores. Could DJ Durkin make that Ty Simpson show up to this one? 53% Ty Simpson because he's 66% on the season.
Against FSU, they were determined to put pressure on Ty Simpson, and I think it affected him in that game. Like he looked lost at points in that Florida State game. Now, obviously, it's a long way from September, right? It's a long way from week 1 in the regular season, and I think Ty has grown from that. But if you're Auburn, if you are DJ Durkin, what do you have to lose? Send the house and then keep sending people. Fans, recruits, send everyone that you can at Ty Simpson. Like continuously bring pressure from everywhere. So to me, I don't think this is one of those games where you rush 3 and drop 8. I think you send the house and roll with the punches there. To me, I expect a very aggressive game plan from DJ Durkin. Again, you don't have much to lose in this game. There's no need to come out playing tight, attack, and then continue attacking.
Yeah, you know what? I'm interested to see how much they blitz him in this game. Because one thing that was disappointing last week was they didn't get to the Mercer QB as much as I would have liked, especially early in the first half. Can they get to Ty Simpson and get him at least a little bit rattled? In this one, I mean, you obviously not going to be able to let him sit back there and just be comfortable and sling it around. I think Auburn's got to play aggressive defense in this one, get after him. And Keldrick Falk, who DJ Durkin told us this week should be good to go for the Iron Bowl, needs to have himself a day, man. This is a guy that should be a first-round talent. He needs to have himself a day in this one. And if you're Auburn, you need this game to get bowl eligible. There's stuff on the line here. Auburn's got to play this one like they're fighting for a playoff spot because Alabama is certainly fighting for a playoff spot in this one. It's, I think Jeremiah Cobb has a chance to be an X factor on this one. I just can't help but feel like my belief is that this game is going to be a shootout, which means it's going to come down to the quarterbacks and which quarterback makes the throw that they need to make. I like Auburn in this one. I'm definitely picking Auburn to win the Iron Bowl. Spoiler alert. I'll give a score later in the week. But, man, it's so funny. Ashton Daniels, because he sat out this week and Auburn had a bye, it's kind of like I feel like he's the forgotten man headed into this Iron Bowl, and he's coming off the game of his life.
Here's the thing. So Bama's not bad against the run.
Mm-hmm.
Auburn's better. Bama's a top 35, top 50 rush defense. Not bad. Not bad at all. They're allowing 121 yards a game.
Okay.
Auburn ran the ball really well against Vanderbilt. Jeremiah Cobb, and do we know how he was? He didn't seem like himself last week. I know it was a lot about Deuce in that game with his runs. But if Jeremiah Cobb is 100% in this game, and I know Auburn has been kind of thin at running back lately, but if Jeremiah Cobb is able to get going, and Ashton Daniels, because he is deceptive. Like, you'll look up and Ashton Daniels has like 50 yards rushing.
Yeah.
Right.
Agreed.
And so if he's able to have a quiet game on the ground in terms of getting 5 or 6 yards here and there after a play breaks down, couple that with Jeremiah Cobb to keep the chains moving. To me, I think that's the key there. I think if you attack Bama on the ground with a QB that can get those 5 to 6 yards a carry versus Jeremiah Cobb, who has learned to just not go down at times. I'm curious to see what the game plan, how much of the running game it features, Mike. Obviously, you want to attack Bama through the air, and you got the weapons to do that. But I'm curious to see how they spell the passing game with the run against a Bama team that has been vulnerable against the run at times.
Yeah. Look, Ashton's legs also probably the hidden X factor in this.
They're underrated.
Yeah, very underrated. Man, he is a really good, patient, smart runner.
He's north or south, right?
Yeah.
Like that's what I like about him. He's north or south. He's a bigger QB, so he can take the contact. Unlike maybe like a Jackson Arnold. Jackson Arnold will take contact, but Ashton will get north. He will get north really quickly, and then to me, that's where those 5 to 6 yards a game will pick up. He's a different type of runner than a Deuce. But he can get out on open field and hurt you, as we saw in the Vandy game. Like he can do a lot of the different stuff that you want a QB to do in the running game, especially if you want to introduce some RPO and some read option type stuff. I think he could run that just as effectively. So again, I was impressed, Mike, with his ability to throw across the middle of the field, and his ability to take off. Like, that was what was impressive against Vandy, is when a play broke down, he would take off about 5, 6 yards. It was a positive play, even though the play didn't technically work.
Yeah, I've just been impressed with him. He made the jump from Kentucky to Vanderbilt, obviously, but what we've been told in practice, though, is that these guys are actually very excited about playing with Ashton and what he potentially can do in this one. I know that they want to play with Deuce, but Ashton came in after the summer, and it just feels like people are sleeping on what this young man can do. He played so much football before he got to Auburn, and that experience, I think, paid off for him versus Vanderbilt, because he stepped in under some competent play calling and then just went bonkers.
He came in as an afterthought, Mike. Like, he came in the summer, number one, right? So you never got a chance to see him during spring, and Jackson Arnold was anointed the starter. So the expectation, especially with Hugh Freeze as head coach, was that it was always going to be Jackson Arnold or bust, right? Yeah. Auburn busted. And again, you got a chance to really see, and also too, you got to see Ashton Daniels after the reset button, because many people weren't really high on him after the Kentucky game, right? But once Derek Nix actually started calling the offense, and we begin to see that, man, Hugh Freeze really held this offense hostage, you begin to see how big of a threat he is offensively. And one of the things that I'm excited about is really Derek Nix has just been unlocking certain players in this offense, and it's been fun to see. Okay. It's been so fun to see. Like, Deuce Knight got unlocked. You saw how he looked against Ball State. he was electric. So again, I'm curious to see what more they ask of Ashton to do in this game.
It's funny. Derek Nix is unlocking like special features on the video game.
Yeah, absolutely. These
your achievement unlocks
super
speed for Ashton Daniels. Yeah, all right.
Ashton Daniels.
I love that. I love that you termed it that way. They are unlocking aspects of this offense that I think a lot of people didn't had come.
We didn't know it existed.
Yeah. Look, you certainly need to unlock the better parts of Ashton Daniels if you want to have a chance to win this football game. And they're going to have a chance to win the football game. The question for me is just, will they? And I got to say, if the defense plays at 80% of what they have been doing this season and they don't, then it's not going to be a shootout. It's going to be Auburn by a couple scores. Oh, man, listen, this is going to sound like a lot of fan talk today, but I am very, very, very confident in this team headed into this Iron Bowl. They had the bye week at a great time. They had Mercer at a great time. You got a chance to rest guys and get healthy and start game planning for this one. I cannot believe that with essentially 2 to 3 weeks to prepare, right, a bye week in Mercer, that DJ Durkin is not going to cook up something special to get after Bama's ass in this football game. They did it all year. They've done it all year. The only difference is, now someone argued to me, they said, well, I just don't think that teams respected our offense that much, which is why they didn't try to do as much offensively, and that's why the defense looked good. I'm not buying that. No, there's no way I'm buying that argument. And it's been said more than a few times. Not only in our comment section, but on social media, I've seen other media people say this. Well, the offense was so bad, they just played it conservatively offensively for them because they didn't have to. No. You're running your offense, and you're trying to score as many points as you can score all the time. I'm not taking that away from Auburn's defense. We're not going to go back and take away the accomplishments that this defense had in spite of an offense that couldn't do anything. And I think if they return to form and just do what they did versus Texas A&M, for example, undefeated Texas A&M, by the way, those guys have not been beat this year. You held them to 16 points in their house.
Yeah.
If they hold Bama to 16 points in this ball game, I hate to break it to you, but this is not the same offense that went up against Texas A&M. They might get beat by 30 if they can only manage 16.
That'd be great. That'd be so amazing.
I'm bullish on Auburn this Iron Bowl. I'm really bullish on Auburn this Iron Bowl, and I thank you, John Cohen. Thank you, John Cohen, for doing what you did, because it gave us hope headed into this Iron Bowl, man. And everyone who questioned me about whether Auburn could put up 40 on Vandy, I didn't agree with you, but I understood why you felt that way. You had a whole season's worth of sample size to think, well, why would it be that different? We're not changing systems. It was just people could not fathom to what extent the head coach could have been standing in the way of the offense actually being productive. Now we have the answer to that question.
Right.
So now that we have the answer to that question, come on, guys, come on over with me. Auburn could be the much better team in this game.
What is the biggest key in this game to you?
I think it's quarterback play. I honestly think it's quarterback play. The question for Auburn all year has been, can they score enough points? Can they score the requisite amount of points to compete? Unfortunately, in Kentucky, the floor was no touchdowns. I don't think that's going to be their floor in this football game. I think their floor is going to be 21 points.
I agree with that.
I think the floor is going to be 21 points in this, and just so start at 21, and how much better will it get from there? How much can they limit Alabama offensively?
I think if you Auburn, you said it right. That's the floor because I think you have to score more than 21 to win this game if you're Auburn.
Yeah, floor is 21 points. They'll score 21, even if it even if it involves 3 Alex McPherson field goals. 21.
Yeah, I'm with Mike McKinney. This is exactly what I was thinking. I think the key to this game is going to be Auburn's ability to get pressure on the QB. Pass rush. How do you do it? Do you do it with 4? Do you bring an extra guy? Because my thing is Bama's not known for running the football.
Okay.
They're not going to try it against Auburn's defense. Bama's going to make their living through the air. Simple and plain. They're going to try to throw the ball on Auburn's secondary. So Auburn's pass defense is going to be it's on the clock, right? This is a big test for them. So your ability to get home, if not to actually sack Ty Simpson, but to bring pressure and to throw off the timing is going to be very critical in this game. If you're unable to do that, and if Auburn's offense QB play is solid for Auburn and Auburn is unable to get to Ty Simpson in this game, yes, it will be a shootout. It will be a stressful game, and it's whoever gets the ball last.
Here's the bad news. There's bad news, Caesar. The bad news is that Alabama is actually protecting Ty Simpson this season at an average rate. Pro Football Focus says that he is under pressure on 26.7% of his dropbacks. If you don't know about this stat, that's about average. Anything over 30% pressure rate is pretty bad. Anything under 25 is really good. But in the 26 to 28 range, you're about average protection. So when under pressure, he has completed 55.8% of his passes. That is actually a very good completion percentage under pressure. If you don't know what's normal, it is very normal for even the better quarterbacks to be sub 40% completion percentage when under pressure.
Yeah.
So you can put pressure on him, but he completes almost 56% of his passes while under pressure, and he's thrown 2 touchdowns to only 1 interception while under pressure. He's only had 4 interceptions total on the year. Fortunately for Auburn, 3 of those interceptions were while he was kept clean. So you have a chance maybe that he will just make a mistake that you can take advantage of. You certainly want to add to that interception total of your Auburn's defense here. But the numbers suggest that Ty Simpson is fairly good under pressure.
Yeah.
He's going to have to do some things that he really hasn't done since Florida State.
So if you're a DJ, what do you do with that?
You still have to get after him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's been sacked 20 times, though. So get him to the ground. Don't let him throw the ball. If you're going to get after him, you got to get him. That's what that tells me. Make sure he does not have a chance to throw the ball. Get on his ass and get him on the ground. And if he gets it off, don't get unsportsmanlike.
Right.
But make him feel it. You've got to make him as uncomfortable as possible in this football game. And and the reason why I'm harping on this is because last week versus Mercer, I just thought they let the Mercer QB have and credit to him, he had a great game. I think he had a great game.
Things changed once they started to put some pressure on
him.
Things changed. He was still throwing dots at times. His receivers wasn't helping him out, but you can tell his clock sped up and he wasn't the same QB that he was because a lot of those routes weren't able to develop for Mercer. That's what I'm saying for Bama. You have to disrupt the timing of this offense, especially in the passing game, because that's how Bama's going. I think Bama's they're gonna hit some shots at points in this game, but you got to limit that by having a barrage of pressure on the QB.
Agreed. Look, if you're joining the live stream right now, I think Auburn versus St. John's.
St. John's
Just started. Ike Jones is live covering the game for us there. Follow him on Twitter at TWR Ike Jones. He'll be at the post game. Disappointing loss versus Michigan last night for Auburn on the hardwood. Hopefully they bounce back here this afternoon. But we're bringing you your normal midweek report. We sped it up by 30 minutes here so we can get you guys out of here hopefully by halftime of that game. Caesar, before we get to the break, what do you think it looks like for Ty Simpson's best case scenario? What kind of game can Auburn withstand from Ty Simpson and still win this football game, do you think? If he throws for 300 yards, is Auburn cooked?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily, believe it or not. Because again, they're not going to allow Bama to run the ball on them. So Bama's going to make much of its living through the air, in my opinion. Whether it be through some of the short passing plays that they like to do out of the backfield, it's going to be passing for them. So if you're able to limit that to under 350 in this game, you're in good shape, in my opinion. You really are. Also, what that does, Mike, the reason why I like this matchup to a degree, I'm not crazy about the matchup, Bama's offense against Auburn's pass defense, but I like the matchup overall because what that tells me is that if Auburn is able to run the football, you get to control clock, which means you get to keep Ty Simpson on the bench. Yeah. If you're moving the chains. You gotta like your chances if you're doing that at home. So if Auburn is able to move the football, and then when the defense comes on, you're dialing up pressure. You may get beat sometimes, but again, it's a bend but don't break defense. Just don't break. But go after Ty Simpson and make things uncomfortable for him. I like that game plan for Auburn in this matchup at home at Jordan Hare.
Caesar, we're going to get to our break, and when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about how this matchup breaks down, and then we're going to make some predictions here to close the show. It's that time. We got to make predictions, so we're going to hold our own feet to the fire here, guys. If you're watching this on Twitter, we appreciate you. Come on over to YouTube and subscribe for us. We are so close to 16,000 subscribers. Matter of fact, we are 10 away. So if you're watching I need 10 people on YouTube, on Twitter, to come to YouTube and hit that subscribe button so that we can get to 16,000 subscribers. Great mark here for us. And then while you're on social media, share this video at the War Report, hashtag get your weight up. Hit like and subscribe on the channel, and follow us on X and Instagram, as well as TW Report on the TikToks. Let's pay some bills, and when we come back, we're going to talk more Auburn football, as well as take your comments right after this.
This edition of the War Report is brought to you by our generous sponsors. Golden's Cast Iron. Whether you work out, grill out, or chill out, you deserve the best life possible, and Golden's Cast Iron is here to provide the tools to help you do it. Check them out at goldenscastiron.com.
The Rage Room. The Rage Room is a place where anger and stress find their ultimate release. Set up a session today at one of the 2 great locations in Opelika or Birmingham by visiting opelikaRageRoom.com or BirminghamRageRoom.com.
This episode of the War Report is brought to you by our friends at Abel's Iron Moore & Associates. Small business owners are experts at running their businesses, but managing investments and retirement plans is a whole different ballgame. Often, business owners anticipate the eventual sale of their business to be their retirement strategy, but all too often the valuation yields yet less than desired or needed. That's where Abel's I Know More and Associates comes in. They help owners and their employees prepare for retirement by making the eventual sale at retirement be the icing, not the cake itself. AMA, just fiduciary advice that fits real-world business owners. Call AMA at 912-777-4128. Scan the QR code on your screen or visit aimainc.com to schedule your review. The War Report has been compensated by Abel's I Know More and Associates for this endorsement. Abel's I Know More and Associates is a SEC-registered investment advisor. Registration as an investment advisor does not imply a certain level of skill or training. Want to thank our friends at setsforsociety.ai. The road to knowing self starts at Sets for Society. They have custom personality assessments that let you know a little bit more about how you think, how those around you think, and how you guys can work together to achieve like goals. Sets for Society. Visit them today. Fill out the form. They'll reach out and do the rest. Get to know yourself with Sets for Society. Guys, I want to thank our friends at the Rogue Shop. Visit rogueshop.com. Use code REPORTER. Get 15% off your Rogue Shop order. Pain, sleep, stress, anxiety, whatever ails you in life, the Rogue Shop has something that has you covered. Our guy Richard is a longtime sponsor of the show. Drop a little something extra in there for everybody using code REPORTER today. We appreciate them for sponsoring this segment. And certainly, last but not least, sign up as a member. Become a patron. Lots of great content for you guys behind that paywall. Watch parties. We're going to do an Iron Bowl watch party. So if you want to watch the game with me and Caesar and see us freak the hell out for about 3 hours, this is a great opportunity. That's family business. We can't put that out there to everybody, Caesar. So we got to limit that to patron only. Get your patron membership.
Less crash outs for Mike. You're going to be in the booth, so less crash outs for you.
True. I will say this, though. We saved a lot of y'all the week that YouTube and Disney couldn't get it together. It was the only way a lot of people could watch the game was the War Report watch party. So jump on in that Patreon membership and sign up and stay signed up because through the offseason, man, it really helps us continue to bring you guys the content that you love. If you missed the John Cohen interview, go back and watch that, man. Our athletic director sat down with the War Report. Since he's been at Auburn, we have sat down with him more one-on-one than any other Auburn media outlet. And that's in large part thanks to you guys for watching and promoting the content, which brings me to my last thing before we jump back into our conversation. YouTube has a new feature called the hype button. Smash that hype button for us, guys. You have some hype points, and it's a great way to let YouTube know that you love the work that we're doing here so that they can push it out there in the algorithm and get more people to sign up. The bigger our community, the better. Caesar, let's get to some comments here before we jump back into our conversation. Lots of super chats I want to get to. Perry Unlikely says, I'm making potato salad with raisins for Bama. Have you ever seen that SNL skit with Chadwick Boseman?
Yeah, I have. Oh, yes, I have.
Always put something unnecessary in it, like raisins. That's funny. The Can Lay says stuffing, baked in turkey, dressing baked separate. Lay not stuffed. Thanksgiving must. All right. Exclusive TV says, do we name a head coach after the game or next week? I'm going with within 24 hours, not after the game, but the next day.
Because it's a night game, so I doubt they'll make an announcement after the game. It'll probably be either some point on Sunday.
If Auburn wins the Iron Bowl, you definitely want to let them revel in that victory for about 12 hours, and then you announce a head coach.
Yeah,
just my feelings. But you don't want to wait too long because let everybody know who the coach is going to be and then start recruiting immediately. The portal will open for a lot of guys once a new head coach is named. Exclusive TV comes back and says, if he throws 2 picks and we cause a fumble, we win 31-27. And off topic, got to bounce back tonight. Basketball team got spanked. Got to come back swinging. Someone called me and was like, man, did they hit the strip last night out there in Vegas before the game? They were playing like they were drunk. Yeah. It's a good time. Look, I lived in Vegas for 2 years. And there's a lot of things you can do out there for
it was a bad matchup for them.
$29.99.
I think there was a bad matchup for Auburn in that game anyway. Like the lack of size caught up to them. And Michigan, even last year when we played Michigan, much was made about their size down in the paint. And it's obvious that's the type of makeup that Michigan wants to go for.
No Janai Broom this year.
No Janai Broom, and it caused issues. It caused major issues with this team, and then they just couldn't get it going.
Charles Allen with the super sticker. We appreciate you for helping support us there. Charles Allen comes back and says, I'm booging Auburn will win the Iron Bowl. Agreed. I think they win. NH3425 says this team has fought hard in all games. This is the game. It pays off. Give them hell AU. Auburn 27, Bama 24. We sing our Rammer Jammer version. War Damn Eagle. I can't get with you guys calling this nail biter Iron Bowl. I don't like it. Auburn by a couple scores. David Kelly says, hearing the offense working on things not on tape is refreshing, not going to lie. Would y'all rather we score a lot of points and just control the clock to win, or?
I think you do what you got to do to win, which involves scoring a lot of points.
Score a lot of points.
Yeah.
Score a lot of points. I keep trying to come back to the scenario where this is a low scoring.
What do you have to lose? What do you have to lose? Just unleash. Just there should be a lot of pent up frustration from coaching staff and players that should be unleashed on this game. You shouldn't be holding anything back.
You definitely should.
This could be your very last game of the season. The playbook is wide open.
It should be.
You have been practicing for this. You have been preparing for this game for 3 weeks. You sleptwalk through Mercer for about a quarter and a half because you were thinking about this game. Let's go out there and get it done.
Yeah. Same playbook. Just again, shockingly little
different
was used.
Trigger man. Different trigger man, different results.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, David, for this comment. The Can Lady says, it seems crazy and just in 2 games how our team has a completely different feel. I have confidence they can win this game.
And that's the thing, right? I think if you'd asked Auburn fans 4 weeks ago or 5 weeks ago how they felt about this game, they would have told you there's no way Auburn wins this game.
Mm-hmm.
You're already conceding this game. Fans were already saying we're not going to win another game. We may not even win Mercer. And you probably wasn't wrong if you held on to Hugh Freeze. So for the very fact that you've moved on from him and we've seen what this team looks like in the aftermath, it does give you a renewed hope. And I think that to me is why Jordan Hare is going to be insane on Saturday night, Mike.
Mm-hmm. We're so damaged. We're so damaged as a fan base. Like, when I tell you, Caesar, that it is unreal how jaded and how hurt Auburn fans are from you're supposed to be good. You're never good when you're supposed to be good.
It's been 6 long years of ineptitude.
It has been. The Can Lee gives away 5 War Report memberships. We appreciate that.
Appreciate that.
Email, guys. Felix the Cat says, put pressure on the QB, hit him, knock him off his maker, bully him all night, play relentlessly, play relentless defense, leave nothing to change. I think he means chance.
I agree, Felix.
Yeah, I agree. Got a couple of
Auburn is up 7-4, right, by the way, in basketball.
Okay, there you go. Got a couple of baked mac or greens. Baked mac.
Oh, that's not that. No, Mike. Caesar. I like greens.
Right, but baked mac
with a little bit of hot sauce on it.
I'm not a hot sauce guy.
I'm sorry. What did you just say in the South?
Yeah, I know.
What did you just say in the state of Alabama?
You
called it stuffing earlier, and now you don't use hot sauce.
Yeah, I'm the hot sauce guy. I've never been a hot sauce guy.
Wow.
I'm going to get killed in the comments.
You think you know somebody.
Betrayal. BCA says Southern cornbread dressing, Northern stuffing. It's 2 different dishes. Okay.
Yeah, that's that. Because depending on if you say stuffing, you're talking about a completely different dish for some people. So that's why I was like stuffing. So I think you're referring to. I think you're referring to dressing.
Dressing, yeah. Sorry, I lived out in the South for a long time, guys. So you forgive me. I'm still learning how to South again. Randy Witherspoon says mac and cheese, baby. That's right. I love all the mac and cheese love in the comments. Will Rain says it's dressing.
I feel that's exactly how he's typed it too. Just the way you said it.
Yep. I agree with that. You know what? I hope Auburn puts some dressing on this offense here so that Alabama doesn't know what's coming. It's we're going to jump straight in predictions again. We got 15 minutes to close the show here, Caesar. I think Auburn's going to win this football game. And I have a sneaking suspicion they're going to win it by 10 or more.
Okay.
It's at home. Night game at Jordan Hare. I'm not wasting any time on this. I think Auburn wins this game 34-24.
Oh, so you are giving a score tonight.
Yeah. I think Auburn wins this game 34-24.
I'm not going to give my score. Mike,
let's hear it. Comments. Let's hear it.
Yeah, they're killing you. I think it was after A&M, Mike. I went on this streak of predicting Auburn losses because by this point I had checked out on Hugh Freeze because I realistically did not believe that he could win the big game.
Mm-hmm.
And from what I've seen since DJ Durkin took over, I've been it's almost been a reversal in a sense. Offensively, again, they have unlocked this offense in so many ways. It's kind of scary how good this offense is. Defensively, I am concerned, particularly in the pass defense, which is what Bama is going to try to do. They're going to try to throw the football and get the ball in the hands of their playmakers. If we see Auburn return to form defensively, yes, I'm absolutely with you in terms of it being a 2-score victory for Auburn. I'm going to go Auburn here. At Jordan Hare, night game, Auburn Voodoo, Auburn Jordan Hare Jesus makes a triumphant return on his chariot, and Auburn pulls it out.
Okay.
I think it may be a closer game than a 2-score game, but I have Auburn pulling this one out.
You got to give me a score, Caesar. I need a score. I got to have a score.
31-27. Auburn.
31-27 Auburn. Okay. All right, so we're about in agreement about what Auburn potentially is going to do in this.
Yeah, I think Auburn's offense is. I think Auburn's going to. Yeah, they're going to explode in this game.
Yeah, let's get these scores popping. Chat here. We're going to get you guys out of here in a little bit to watch the rest of this basketball game, but I think McPherson kicks a couple field goals in this one. I think that you see beautiful game management. And I think that Auburn is 50% or better in this game converting on third down. Now, here's my reasoning. Similarly to what we saw from Deuce Knight versus Mercer and Ashton Daniels in the Vanderbilt game before that, these guys seem to be keeping their eyes up and downfield well. Right? And then taking off when they have to. When I've watched Jackson Arnold play this year, a lot of times it feels like he's already predetermined that he's going to run with the ball, or he, again, he's not processing the game fast enough to be able to make a decision to hold on to the ball and then find a receiver downfield. And then he takes off too late. And it's a negative. He gets sacked or the play's a disaster. Right. Every once in a while, he busts loose for like a 15 to 20 yarder, but it's not converting consistently enough for Auburn to win football games. With Ashton and Deuce, it seems like they're playing at a high level in terms of knowing when to run and when not to run. And I think that leads to a lot more third down conversions in this one that we've seen in the games prior to Vanderbilt. So if you can stay on the field and you can keep Ty Simpson on the sideline because you're extending drives and you're scoring at the end of them, that's how Auburn ends up winning this game by 10. Because the end of the game is going to come and you're going to have the ball and you're going to be up a touchdown in the fourth quarter. And you're going to have a play essentially to end the game by converting a third down and staying on the field. I am more confident now that Auburn is not going to give Alabama that last drive to come back and beat them like they've done in previous Iron Bowls in the last 6 years. That's all Alabama is needed. When Harsin was here and then when Hugh got here was that one more possession, that one more throw. You gave them just one more play to beat you. And they did it. It was in OT when Harsin was here. It was 4th and 31 when Hugh was here. God. I don't think they give them that one more play this Iron Bowl. I think they're up, and I think they take their hearts from them and they send them to a regular old-ass bowl game, not the college football playoff, for a second year straight.
Let me ask you this. What happens with Kalen DeBoer? Should Auburn win?
I don't know, but I think if Auburn wins, it increases the likelihood that if he is actually thinking about leaving, that he does it. Because if I'm Kalen DeBoer, I'm getting out of here before it gets worse. Now, what do I mean by worse? Well, you followed up the greatest of all time, so you already didn't come into a great situation. Then you debuted by doing something that they have done once since 2010, and that was lose 3 games in a season. Then you missed the college football playoff. I think for the first time since the playoffs inception. Has Bama made every single playoff? Hey, it made every single playoff.
I think they missed it 1 year.
Did they? What year was that?
I think they may have missed it 1 year.
Chad, help me out.
When it was 4 teams, I think they missed it 1 year. It may have been. It may have even been the year. It was either one of the year. I think it was the year that one of the years Georgia won. I think it was their. It was one of the Georgia years. I think Bama missed it.
Let's see here. By year, right? We're going by year?
Yeah.
So we got to go all the way back to 2014, right? Oregon, Florida State, Ohio State, Alabama, 2016, they made it. 2016, 2017, they made it. 2017, 2018, they made it. 2018, 2019, they made it. Oh, it was 2019, 2020. You're right.
I know it was one of those
LSU, Oklahoma, Clemson.
So it was LSU. Okay.
2019 LSU. You're right. That was the only year under Saban that they didn't make it, I think. And then they didn't make it in 2022, 2023, they didn't make it.
That was one of the Georgia years.
Yep.
Yeah. I remember the Georgia years. I couldn't remember if it was LSU. I couldn't remember it was that LSU year. I think they were on the outside. I think they tried to put them in that year in 2019, but the committee did the right thing.
They did. Yeah, those were the right teams. Who were they trying to bounce that year? Was it Oklahoma? It had to be because they came in.
Might have been. It might have been.
Jalen Hurts was the quarterback of that Oklahoma team.
Mm-hmm.
But my point stands, right? Like, I mean, you got 2 outlier years where they didn't make the playoffs, and now you're looking at 2 straight years potentially not making the playoffs if they lose this game, and 2 straight years again with 3 losses. If I'm Kalen DeBoer, I'm getting out of here before it gets worse. I'm getting out of here before I turn in an 8-win season. Because right now I'm a 9-win coach in the SEC. I spend another year here and that schedule gets any tougher, I might be an 8-win coach in the SEC. I have a bad injury or the ball bounces the wrong way, I might be a 7-win coach in the SEC. Right now, he's still pretty coveted as a coach.
Yeah, there's a lot of programs that want a coach to win 9 games for them.
Yeah. I mean, right now, if I'm Kalen DeBoer, if I lose this game, I'm out of here. As long as they cover in the buyout, I'm out. I'm going to Penn State. I'm going to Penn State. Now I'm leaving Alabama and their unrealistic expectations for a coach to follow up what Saban did. Right.
Yeah, I never liked it for whoever was going to follow Nick Saban. It was not going to be good for whoever followed Nick Saban.
Yeah. How sweet would it be for these Auburn players to be the catalyst of that, though, right? Again, a lot of underlying motivations in this game for these players.
Listen, leaving Auburn, having ended this reign of terror, it seems, that Bama has had with Auburn in the Iron Bowl lately, being the class that does that, legendary, epic. You definitely want to leave your mark during your time here at Auburn, being the team that does that. And Mike, you have the ability to actually give Auburn something it hasn't had in almost 5 seasons, a winning season. You have to think that you're favored in whatever lower tier bowl game that you make. Should you beat Alabama in the Iron Bowl, you have the opportunity to finish 7-6, winning record. So there's a lot to still play for in that regard if you're one of these seniors on this team.
I agree 100%. Caesar, let's get to some comments before we get out of here. Auburn basketball is on, and so this is our normal midweek report, but we want to get you guys loose so that you can watch the second part of the first half here.
17-12, Auburn is leading with 9:48 left in the first half.
Yeah, I like that. Let's see if they can keep that going. Damian Prentice says, Mike, you're supposed to pinch them greens and cornbread with your fingers.
Does people in the chat, do you eat your food without any utensils? I've seen people, depending on where you are in the South, you eat with your hands. That's a thing. I don't do it, but I've seen it. Do anyone in the chat eat with their hands? No utensils.
James Jose Allen says, bruh, no hot sauce. I need that card. I knew y'all was going to say that.
Yeah.
Baked mac and cheese, my guy. Stuffing belongs in the trash, he says. He also says, wow, Mike, I'm disappointed, man. My God, what the hell? You guys are crazy. Mike G, I like that score prediction. Yes. 34-24 Auburn. Take it to the bank. I've been pretty good calling some of these scores this year. So we'll see what they end up doing. Caesar, let's go on and get out of here. I want to thank everybody for jumping on this Thanksgiving edition of the Midweek Report.
We're thankful for you guys. We appreciate you guys for the love y'all have shown us. Man, Mike, I was out running errands and ran across a Bama fan. And he was like, I'm a diehard Bama fan. Shout you out. God, I just saw it. But I love you guys. Like, you guys are great. Like, he was like, we don't have this for Bama. And so I was like, that's pretty cool. But for those who are even Auburn fans, like, when we're out and about, man, you guys show us a tremendous amount of love and appreciation. And we appreciate you. I'm thankful that I get to do this for people who enjoy the content and love what we do. So I'm thankful for you guys. Thankful for, of course, you, Mike. We've been boys for a long time. So always thankful for your friendship. But yeah, I'm in a very thankful mood, obviously. So appreciate you guys.
25 years of friendship, man. 25 years of friendship.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Guys, do us a favor. Share this video on social media at The War Report. Use hashtag Get Your Weight Up. Please hit like and subscribe on the channel. Follow us on X and Instagram, TW Report on the TikToks. I want to thank our title sponsor, The Rage Room. You can find them at the addresses you see there on the screen. If last night's loss in basketball made you so upset that you had to break something, well, The Rage Room is the place for you to go. We appreciate them for sponsoring this segment. Also, do us a favor. Sign up as a patron. All our patron members know how awesome it is to be part of the Green Name Gang. So if you don't have a green name, do us a favor and join up. It just helps us out a ton. It helps keep the work that we're doing here financially possible. Let's go on and get out of here. Caesar, that's it for another great edition of the Midweek Report. We'll be back at you guys tomorrow morning with the Auburn Express. Signing off, and as always, War Eagle.